Today I will be explaining 13.3, the unit circle. First, I'll be telling you what radian is. Radian is a unit circle of measuring based on arc length. So it's basically used to measure arc length. We will be finding out how to convert from degrees to radians and from radians to degrees. To convert from degrees to radians, you just need to memorize a simple rule, which is multiplying the number of degrees by pi over 180. And to convert from radians to degrees, the opposite, multiplied by 180 over pi. These are two simple rules that the questions won't come out of it. One example of it is we want to convert negative 45 degrees to radians. We multiply it by pi over 180. It will give us negative 1 over 4 pi radians. And if we have 5 pi over 6 radians, we want to convert it to degrees. We will multiply it by 180 over pi. It will give us 150 degrees. The second part of the lesson is as shown in the title. Use the reference angle to find the exact value of each trigonometric function. We want to get cosine 210. It can easily be done by the calculator, but we will be explaining how to get this without a calculator. First, if we have cosine 210, first we want to get the reference angle. The reference angle of cosine 210 will be exactly like getting the normal reference angle. This is 90, 180, and 270. The reference angle we want cosine 210. 210 will be, for example, here. This is the reference angle. It will be equal to 30 degrees. So now we will get cosine 30. Cosine 30, as we learned in 11.1, it can be got by the special triangle. It's an easy way to get it without using a calculator, but it will be when it's got by the special triangle, it will be root 2 over 2. Now this is the most important and difficult part of the lesson. We want to see it's cosine 210, not cosine 30. So we want to see if it's negative root 3 over 2 or is it positive root 3 over 2. It's an easy way to be done. First, as shown, we will draw the four quads A, S, T, C. Now this is cosine 210. So we will see where 210 is. 210, as shown here, will be in this part, in the tan part. So this is cosine 30. It's not tan 30. If it's tan 30, this would have been positive, but it's not. So if cosine 210, it's not in the cosine part, so it will be negative. It's only positive if it's in the A part, which is the all positive part, or the C part, which is the cosine positive part. Now we will take the second example. It's a little bit changing. We will take it by radians. We want to get tan 5 over 3 pi radians. First, we will convert it in degrees by multiplying it by 180 over pi. It will give us tan 300. We will find the reference angle of the 300. Reference angle of 300. This is 300 is right here. 300, and this is 60 degrees. So the reference angle will be equal to 60 degrees. We will make tan 60 on the special triangle. It will be equal to root 3 over 1, which is root 3. Now we will see if it's positive or negative. We must first draw the 300 on the quad. This is the 300 as we made it. It will be right here in the cosine positive part. The cosine positive part, only cosine is positive there, and this is tan 300. So it will be negative root 3. It's a very simple way to find out if it's positive or negative instead of using the calculator. The third and the final example is sine 315. It's like the first two examples, but in different angles. The reference angle of 315 will be like this. 315 will, this is 270, so 315 will be here, and the reference angle will be equal to 45 degrees. Now we will make sine 45 on the special triangle as we learned in 11.1. It will be equal to 1 over root 2, as we learned also that the root 2, any root cannot be found in the denominator, so we will multiply it by negative 1 times root 2 and root 2 times root 2. It will be equal it will be equal to root 2 over 2. This root is long. Now we will answer now how it will be positive or negative. We'll see how if it's gonna be positive or negative. Now 315 is in the cosine part. As we hear, this is the cosine part. It's here, cosine part, and this is sine 315. So it will be negative because it's not in the cosine part, and only cosine are positive when in the cosine part. This is now we finished this part of the lesson. Now we will move on to continuing 13.3. Very simple rules. We will be explaining what a unit circle. A unit circle is a circle with a radius of 1 unit. It's just 1 unit radius. For example, sine theta will be y over r, that's y over 1 equal y. Cosine theta x over r, x over 1 equal x. And tan theta, y over x. Now this is not a really important part. We will not be using it a lot this quarter. A second part is the arc length formula. Now there are two rules to know what the arc length. The rule that we took in the previous quarter, which is theta over 360 times pi r power 2, or the new rule which we'll be taking now, which is r times theta. Either rules will give the same answer, but we will have to see the givens to know which will be better to answer in the question. For example, this exercise, find arc length, he gives me the r and the center angle but by radians, which is 2 over 3 pi. The arc length will be like, we will use this second rule because it's easier, so we will make r times theta, so 18 times 2 over 3 radians, it will give us 12 pi centimeter. This is the easy rule because we have the givens right here like this.